Robots at Midnight. This game has a perfect block, so it makes it into parry review. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. Less is more, and this game is a banger. So you have stamina, you can jump, you can run, you can dodge, you can block, and you can perfect block. In the middle of the screen at the bottom, you can see some shield icons. You can only block a limited amount of time, and that is determined by the shield icons at the bottom. Once you run out of shields, you can no longer block. However, you can still perfect block, aka parry. And we love that here at Parry Reviews. Now, this game is so good that I knew it was good as soon as I started playing it. So I haven't made it too far into the game. So I don't know if later on you get like a counterattack or something, but at the beginning stage of the game, that's where I'm at, there is no counterattack. There is only perfect block, which staggers the enemy. You see that he has like some kind of electricity after you perfect block him, right? Once you successfully perfect block an enemy, you'll know you staggered him because there's like this electricity. And he also gets opened up for attacks. See, that's the electricity right there, and then you can attack him. You cannot perfect block immediately into the game, but you do get the ability to perfect block like 5 minutes into the game. You get it when your left arm becomes like mechanical, like all big and mechanical, the way I have it now during this boss fight. But initially, during the first 4 minutes of the game, you cannot perfect block. But it doesn't matter because you get the ability to do so early that you can perfect block from start to finish the entire game. I really like the perfect blocking in this game. I would like a counterattack, but I mean, maybe there is one later in the game, I don't know, but for now there isn't one. So on the parry metric, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. You cannot block in all directions. If you turn your back to the enemy and you block, you will take damage. But I'm still gonna give it a 7 out of 10 on the parry metric because it goes well with the game. I also like the traversal in this game. You have kind of like a jetpack or something. You can like boost forward. This game has platforming and it goes well with the game. In Kenna Bridge of Spirits, the platforming does not blend in well with the game. It feels forced and clunky. And in Kenna Bridge of Spirits, the combat also feels forced. Not here, not in this game. Everything feels good, like it blends in well with the game world, both the combat and the platforming. And again, we also saw Lost Soul Aside. Another example of no matter how overproduced your game is, it can always wind up being a piece of garbage. Here we have a very simple, very bare bones game, and it's great, it's freaking great. I've played so many garbage games recently, I'm just gonna give this game, Robots at Midnight, it's gonna get an 8 out of 10. Why? Because I feel like it, okay? I really like it, I'm digging this game, it's good, I'm having fun, and I'm still at the beginning of the game. I plan to pass this entire game fully. It gets an 8 out of 10 on the fun and enjoyment scale, and a 7 out of 10 on the parry metric. As you can see here, when you're fighting multiple enemies, you want to line them up. A lot of games force you to do this strategy of lining enemies up. It's a good way of naturally making the game difficult. However, it's precisely when enemies mob you when I always wish I had a counterattack on my parry. For the time being, I do not have a counterattack. I don't know if this game will ever have a counterattack. So I am left with no choice but to line up the enemies, that way I avoid taking damage. You can parry the bosses, as you saw in the beginning of the video. Like it's not like you can just parry the normal enemies, you can parry the bosses as well, which is great. That's why I gave it a 7 out of 10 on the parry metric. Even though the parry isn't like super special or amazing, it works well with the game, so it gets a 7 out of 10 on the parry metric. Shoutouts to my boy, one of the subscribers of this channel, Jadamain, or Jadamane, I don't know how to pronounce this. This dude recommended Imperial, and he also recommended Robots at Midnight, which is the game we're reviewing right now. Thank you, bro, for recommending games. It helps out. And to all my subscribers, If you see my game list of which games I've reviewed, and you spot a game that I have not reviewed that you know has a parry, feel free to recommend games that have parry or that have perfect dodging. It's the same, honestly. It gives me games to review, which is great. So shoutouts to my guy Halamane. Really, I don't know how to pronounce your username. I mean, this is the internet. Everybody has like crazy names. I mean, look at mine. Mine's Lowhound. You don't know anybody called Lowhound in real life. So right now, what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for Onimusha. It comes out in 2026. I don't know what's gonna happen to this channel after I review Onimusha. There seems to be no chain Isen on the new Onimusha. There's just like the single Isen, which is fine, you know, can't complain. But it's gonna be interesting to see what I do after I review that game because I'm not expecting any other games after that. But whatever, thanks for watching, take care, and enjoy.